this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Denver Broncos. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. His guys off to a slow start, looking for their first win after 2 straight losses to start the year. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys also come in 0-2, and they'll be looking to avoid the dreaded 0-3 hole.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are, as we are off and running on EA Sports. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the 3rd overall selection back in 2018 from USC. It's Sam Darnold.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes, because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Benson, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The numbers for Benson in last week's ball game: 13 carries, but touchdown to go along with 124 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff, because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. Faking the give, Darnold. He completes it to Evans. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions, even when you're taking some hits. Sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield, because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
From the 41, here's a 2nd and 8.
At the 41-yard line.
They run over center with Benson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
1st and goal, Arizona.
Darnold. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
Darnold now to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. A big win there defensively on 2nd and goal, a loss of 7, and it brings up 3rd.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a completion to Wilson. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
The kick by Bass is good. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
And I think if you're handing out hardware through 2 weeks of the season, he might be your MVP. Already 7 touchdown passes in just 2 games. As we do know, though, in real life, they don't hand you out anything this early. A lot of games left to get through between now and the playoffs.
Looking to put a drive together. Here's Nix. A short throw to Ingram. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on 1st down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
On 1st down, right back to Hall. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Bombers.
To throw, here's Nix. He finds his rookie wideout from Tennessee.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 7.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. On play action, here's Nix. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on third down. And you make the home crowd go.
There is a hush indeed. And this will be taken at the 13. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 25 yards there on the catch and run. From the 50, it's Darnold. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kendrick Bourne, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cards are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And he returns this to the 22. Denver's offense now set to go. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Defensive side. Well, look at this Arizona defense. This crew against the pass, it's been a real struggle. 2nd from the bottom in the NFL, number 31.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh, yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the return will stop right around the 25. So problems with air passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this 1st quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
After the interception, here's Darnold. And they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. To throw is Darnold. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Trey Benson, 28 yards. And the Cardinals are able to widen their advantage. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0.
Broncos 0.
So an early advantage now, and a good one. 17-0 our score as they kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number one. 17-0 our score after one. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Nix to the air. Pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down. Mack Wilson coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Now it's Nix. That's taken in by Franklin. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll go for it. Here's Nix. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Marvin Mims, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's 17-7. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Looking to put a drive together. Now Darnold delivers on the crosser to McBride. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And this is caught by Evans. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Good coverage. coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Cardinals first down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
And for Darnold, this may be a free play. And a sack. They get to him defensively, but the flag comes in, and I think the D jumped. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And he's got it. And the Cardinals are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And the Cardinals first down.
Benson is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brings up second and goal at the 4-yard line.
Back to throw, Darnold. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kendrick Bourne. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Denver's offense ready to go again. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Bombers.
To throw is Nix. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to be dropped forward and pick up a 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Throwing Nix. He'll get that complete to Franklin. And he goes out right around the 39. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Nix from the shotgun. A short throw to Ingram. Call it a gain of a yard. And that'll bring up second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
2nd and 9.
Oh, my son. Away. Joe.
Working out of the gun is Nix. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. An incompletion as a result.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Ready.
Back to throw again. Quickly into the hands of Mims. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. A short throw to Ingram. Only able to gain a couple there. And it'll be second down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This is 2nd and 8.
Oh, my son!
Option play. Here's Hall. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Oh, my son! Ready!
They'll go again with Hall. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Oh, my son! Ready!
Now the Central Florida product is R.J. Harvey. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. R.J. Harvey, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Broncos get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2.
The Broncos will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Captain.
They'll look to throw. It's caught at the 1. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line in a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Well, the Cardinal offense going to take over late in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Darnold now to throw. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Now they'll bring 4 receivers into the fold here. It's 3rd and long. Now it's Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Nix got a man and he hits him in stride. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos have got it back to within a score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And the lead is down to 4. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. Well, the Cardinal offense going to take over late in this first half, as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. Darnold in trouble, and he's taken down. Nick Bonito. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hansen. He's got our EA. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Oh, good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. And the Broncos offense set to begin this third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Second half starts with a run by Hall. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Second down and 4. Off the play fake, here's Nix. Now a run here off the RBL, he'll keep it. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And this was a little bit of the knock on him coming out of college. Sometimes the concentration could wander a bit. This should have been a big play, but somehow he's not able to corral it.
They'll run with Hall. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 45 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
Now on 1st and 10. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Here's Nix. He finds his man, complete. It's Franklin. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time. And now it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Bombers.
They're going. It's Nix. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. Nick's going to give to Hardy. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
Straight ahead is Hall. Down to the 25. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Off the play fake. Nix. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Cardinals are going to take possession here at their own 33. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
After the interception, here's Darnold. And the Broncos get there and take him down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack as a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Here's Darnold. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Benson. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Nick Bonito able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. Now, both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. To throw, here's Nix. He finds his man, complete. It's Franklin.
It's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Give them 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down. Paul want to give up the middle. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
after the loss. They'll come up 2nd and 13. And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Nix to the air. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So the completion gets him just a yard. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Bombers. Oh, my son.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. And this offense on 3rd down today, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd down and 12.
Captain.
Now it's Nix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
Oh, my son. Hey. I hit him. Bombers. Away. Captain.
Operating from the gun. Nix. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
27, Cardinals 24. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the 2nd half. They'll need to change that here. The drive will begin with a run by Benson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
To throw is Darnold. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Pulled in at the 24. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Calling a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
2nd and 13. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he's going to have the Broncos first down. His good running gets him to about the 44.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
On the give, it's Harvey. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now a 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Nix. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Captain.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix. To the sideline and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look backfield. Darnold from the gun. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's third down. In motion, the tight end. The backup Murray, his first throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, first and 10. Looking to put a drive together. On the handoff, Harvey. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. To throw is Nix. Setting up a screen for Harvey. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long.
Bombers.
Nix from the shotgun. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So Sam Darnold in the offense. Down by a field goal, 2:23 to play. And they're in danger of a third straight loss as they come up on first and 10. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete. They'll try again here, second and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And the Broncos get there and take him down. They'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. To throw is Murray. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter. Got to feel pretty good.
Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Picked up by Riley Moss. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a first and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. From down at the 12, it's first and 10. They run straight ahead with Hardy. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clocks, we'll get near the end of this game, but they're running what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, meaning taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. Back to throw. Murray. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout. To throw is Murray. And a catch right side by Evans. And out across midfield down to the 45. Just the one timeout remaining as they try to navigate this 2-minute drill. 1st and 10. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So jumping from his free safety spot.
That tells you how aggressive they are on defense, doesn't it? They get everyone involved. He was a little too fast on that play.
Murray to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Now Murray. Open man here is Benson. 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. This is 1st and 10. Kyler going to give this to Benson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
They'll look to throw. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. It's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now it's the Broncos' turn, trailing by 4, 44 seconds to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. To throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Garrett Williams. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
Woo!
Down to a knee. Here's the Cardinals look to let the clock roll. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and it's never easy to come into Denver to win. You think all you have to deal with the altitude, but they got the job done.
Well, there's a reason Olympic athletes train nearby. All right, they've got a terrific training center in
time is precious. I look at my Cartier out of control. Just like my mind where I'm going. The women, the shorties know nothing about clothes. No stopping at my Pirelli's on. Unlike my jewelry that's always on. I know the storm is coming. My pockets keep